Hello, Church Central South. Hello, 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 hello. I'm here with a big, fat, extravagant, massive, huge thank you. And I've also got an opportunity linked with that thank you too. And both of those things relate to our Sunday services. In the last 2 months and a bit, we have gathered each week to refuel, to recenter on Jesus as a church community. And that alone would be worth doing, I think. But that's not all that we've been doing on a Sunday morning. It was absolutely wonderful a couple of weeks ago to welcome 4 people into following Jesus for the rest of their life through baptism. For those of you who were there, I'm sure you'd agree it was a fantastic service and a fantastic opportunity. But also, we would have loads of people who would be coming into our services for the first time ever into our community, and some of those would be Christians, some of those would be people who aren't Christians. And it's no exaggeration to say there would be literally hundreds of people since September who've come and visited Church Central South through our Sunday services for the first time. Now, yes, it has been a little bit chilly week after week. COVID ventilation rules are blamed for that across the board. Also, COVID itself, as well as norovirus and the worst cold ever, have threatened to derail us on a number of weeks, but we've soldiered on and just about pulled off a service every single week, and I think it's been well worth it. However, the thing you forget when you're away so long is that these meetings, they don't happen on their own, do they? A church is a body where everyone plays its part, and while that is true of much more than putting on meetings, it is true in this area too. Each week, practically, we need over 20 people to serve on various roles to make our services happen. And there's obviously the upfront roles like talking, doing the talk, hosting the meeting, worship team, but really that's just the tip of the iceberg. All that said then, you know what? We have nailed it so far, guys. High fives all around. Loads of you are serving on those teams. In fact, I'll go further than that. It's an audacious claim, but it's true. We have at the moment more people serving on teams on a Sunday morning at Church Central South than we ever have in our entire history. It's almost exactly 70, I think. And 16 of you, you know who you are, you legends, are serving on more than one team as well. That's amazing. Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish I could do more to express my gratitude. I mean, what could I do? I could offer you flowers. Here you go, flowers for all of you. It just doesn't work in this sort of setting. I mean, I could give you chocolates. Look, but you know, I like the chocolates myself too much, so I'm not going to do that either. So the best I could do, I racked my brain. How could I say thank you? Well, obviously, the next best thing would be getting my daughter to mime to a Celine Dion song. Hope, over to you. So from the thank you to the opportunity then, for those who haven't got in on the action yet, we still have spaces to serve in our Sunday services. Our plan, just so you know, is to make all of our rotas 1 week out of 4 so that we can share the load equally across the church and get as many people using their skills in the mix as possible. And there are 4 specific teams that we have gaps on at the moment that we could use some extra help with to make that 1 in 4 possible. Firstly, there would be the kids team, the kids central team. During the sermon each week, the kids, primary school age kids go out, and we could do with some more helpers there. Also the tech team, manning the laptop and the PA, making it all sound and look beautiful and wonderful. Also, we are looking for people on the hospitality team, welcoming people on the door at the beginning, serving people with tea and coffees and helping throughout the meeting. Also, in our worship team, we'd like to have some new people too. Obviously, there's a certain level of skill required here, but if you think your singing or your musical playing would help the church in worship, please get hold of us. We'd love to hear from you. So to conclude then, I want to make one thing absolutely clear in all this. We are not a church that exists to put on meetings. With all this said, I think that needs to be put front and center. We are not a church that exists to put on meetings. We're here to make Jesus the most talked about person in Birmingham, to do good for our city, and to bless the nations. We've got big fish to fry in that department. Actually, the main reason we want to fill these teams so that we can have 1 in 4 is that we don't want anybody working so hard on a Sunday morning that they can't serve Jesus in the other 98% of their waking lives. But if you'd like some opportunities to serve in that way too, we have a youth group called Emerge, we have a ministry for seniors, we have a toddlers group, and we have Hope English Club, where we teach English to people who are new to the UK. So also get in touch if you're interested in any of those things as well.